Hello, everyone. JDev, creator of the JDev Entertainment Network, has returned once again to give you precisely what you want, which of course would be more of me because I'm in such high demand, giving everybody out there my official predictions for UFC 247, which is next Saturday night on the ESPN Plus app. But before I do that, if you're a fan of what I'm creating, if you're a fan of my content, if you're a fan of this video, make sure you go ahead and give the video a big thumbs up. You can share this video. You can favorite this video. Hit that bell for notifications alerts. If you're not a subscriber, hit that sub button to join the team. And if you could, leave me a comment telling me what you thought about my predictions, other fights you want to see, favorite fights, anything UFC related. That would be awesome. And you can even do anything MMA related. But let's talk about the card. I'm only going to predict on a few fights because some of them I just don't know. So starting off in the heavyweight division, we have Juan Adams versus Justin Tafa. Now, I don't think I've seen Tafa fight. I've heard of him. And I saw Juan Adams fight in his last fight against Greg Hardy. He didn't look over really that all impressive to me. But on paper, Juan Adams is 6'5", 265 pounds. Tafa is 6 foot, 265 if I read that correctly, and he has a lower reach. So I'm going to go with Juan Adams. He should win this fight based on his attributes, but it could go either way. But I'm going to go with Juan Adams on this one. Also in the heavyweight division, we have Yair Latifi moving up to the heavyweight division to face the Black Beast, Derek Lewis. In Derek Lewis's last fight, which was pretty recently, within the last couple months, I thought Derek Lewis potentially lost that fight. He looked very passive and didn't really do a lot at times in the fight. With that said, I think he's going to dominate Yair Latifi as moving up from light heavyweight to face a monster like Derek Lewis. It's a pretty big challenge. So I do think Derek Lewis will win this fight. Just because I think if he especially is a little bit more aggressive, I think that will easily let him in. Of course, anything can happen in the octagon. Next, in the women's flyweight division for the flyweight championship of the world, we have the challenger, Caitlin Chokagian, versus the reigning, defending, undisputed women's flyweight champion of the world, Valentina Shevchenko. I mean, I'm predicting Valentina Shevchenko to win this fight. She is a monster in the octagon. She's only lost 3 times. One to somebody a long time ago in 2 fights. One of them was a split decision to Amanda Nunes. I think Shevchenko is the GOAT for this division, and I don't foresee her losing to Chokagian, unfortunately. Of course, that's why they have the fights, because anything can happen, and you never know, but I don't see it, especially in this particular fight. And then the main event of the evening, we have the challenger, Dominick Reyes, facing the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC light heavyweight champion of the world and the GOAT, the greatest of all time. And I'm not talking about Tom Brady. I'm talking about Jon Bones Jones. I'm predicting Jon Jones. And here's why. Dominick Reyes has not fought any top contending light heavyweights. He did fight Jared Cannonier a while back. He beat him, but Cannonier is like a welterweight, middleweight frame. He's not a light heavyweight frame, but he was fighting at light heavyweight. He did knock him out, though. He also recently fought Chris Weidman. Now, let's look at Chris Weidman's last 6 fights. He lost to Luke Rockhold. He lost to Yoel Romero. He lost to Gegard Mousasi. He beat Calvin Gastelum. He lost to Jacare Souza, and he lost to Dominick Reyes. He's lost 5 out of his last 6 fights by knockout. The Gegard Mousasi fight was a little sketchy on how it ended and whatnot, but nonetheless, Weidman took a loss. There were times at those fights where Weidman was winning, but actually, you know what? This isn't about Chris Weidman. This is about Dominick Reyes. He hasn't been tested in this division yet. He hasn't fought Daniel Cormier. He hasn't fought Anthony Smith. He hasn't fought Thiago Santos. He hasn't fought Jan Blachowicz. He hasn't fought Corey Anderson. I just don't see the competition there. He did fight Volkan Oezdemir, and it was a very close fight. And some people say that Dominick Reyes lost that fight. So I didn't finish watching it. I watched the first round and then stopped watching it because something came up. Maybe I'll watch that fight to see things. So I'm going to predict Jon Jones, because if Jon Jones shows up and is aggressive to a certain degree and tries to dominate Dominick Reyes, I think this is going to be total domination. With that said, you never know. I've watched packages of Dominick Reyes and I've watched some fights of him. He's pretty impressive with his kicks, and he's got power. There's no doubt about it. He just hasn't fought anybody worthy, in my opinion. He's fought guys that were middleweights that don't deserve to be in the light heavyweight division at the moment. Weidman, to me, didn't look good at light heavyweight. I thought he would, but he didn't. He looked flabby, and he just didn't look impressive to me. So if he would have fought Anthony Smith, if he would have fought even a Rumble Johnson or something like that, Johnson probably won't ever fight a light heavyweight again. He's just so big now that it's going to be tough for him to even cut weight to make heavyweight, to be honest with you. So that's my prediction. I'm going to go with Juan Adams. I'm going to go with Derek Lewis, Valentina Shevchenko, and Jon Jones. So do your due diligence in the comment section. Tell me your predictions for the card, other cards you want to talk about, favorite fights, favorite fighters, anything you want to leave, that's fine. That would be appreciated. And if you're not a subscriber, make sure you hit that sub button to be a subscriber to this channel. Make sure you click on the bell for notifications and alerts. Don't forget about that comment. And if you're liking what I'm producing, if you're liking the content that I'm creating, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up and any other video that you watch. And of course, good old J Dev will be back again soon with another. Peace.